They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Fierceness had an okay start. He came away in the middle of the pack. Track Phantom will go to the early lead, and now John Velasquez gets Fierceness into the mix. Stronghold is there. Epic Ride goes up on the far outside. Just Steel is close up to as they race past the first time. And then comes Mystic Dan down on the inside of West Saratoga. Resilience is next. Then comes Society Man on the outside of Just a Touch. Catalytic along the rail. Nordic is next, saving all the ground into that turn. Then comes Catching Freedom, Domestic Product, Rambo the first, then Japan's Forever Young down on the inside. Sierra Leone has 3 horses beat. They are T.O. Password, Honor Marie, and Endlessly. So this important half mile coming up here. They run that first half in 46.63 seconds. Pace is even enough, not flying. Track Phantom the leader. Just Steel perched up on the outside second. Fierceness is third just outside of them. Then Stronghold, Mystic Dan to the inside. Epic Ride 3 wide. West Saratoga in behind that group. Then Stronghold, he's got 7 lengths to make up. Look back for Sierra Leone. He's still about 14 lengths behind as Track Phantom passes the half-mile pole with the lead. And Fierceness is moving now. And going right with him is Just Steel. The 3 of them across the track. Then Longshot Epic Ride. Mystic Dan toward the inside. Stronghold is next. Then Fierceness. Sierra Leone and Forever Young still with work to do. Forever Young is starting to pick it up as they come toward the top of the stretch. It is Fierceness who's moving up on the outside of Track Phantom. And there on the far outside, here comes a run from Stronghold and Resilience. And Resilience has now moved up to take the lead as Fierceness is given way, coming by the 16 pole. And Mystic Dan is now come through on the inside. It is Mystic Dan down toward the inside with the lead in the final 16. Forever Young, Sierra Leone is coming. These 3 coming down to the wire. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's a photo of the Derby. Oh, it's a photo. Was it Mystic Dan or was it Sierra Leone? Forever Young was between them. Catching Freedom finished fourth. A photo finish to decide the 150th Kentucky Derby.
One of the tightest finishes we have seen in the Derby. In 1996, Jerry rode Grindstone to win by a nose. It was too close to call and determined by a photo. That's the last time we were this close in trying to figure out who won the Derby. It's a bob of a head at the end. We get a tight look now at the finish as the 3 come down towards the end.
It looks like Mystic Dan
on the
by
inside.
A nose,
Yep.
by a flared nostril, but obviously that's a very, very subjective and unofficial thought.
Mystic Dan on the inside. It is the mirror there that will get the photo. So at the end there, as you watch them bob, that's the only look that's right down the line. And that dramatic finish here. One more look at the very end. The mirror is where we're looking. Mystic Dan was the horse holding off the other 2 at the end.
And a brilliant decision by jockey Brian Hernandez to force his way through on the rail as he turned for home. That was the difference, Mike, in winning and losing.
And if it's Mystic Dan, it is the Oaks Derby double. The Kentucky Oaks, the top race for the 3-year-old fillies, held yesterday in front of 100,000 plus here at Churchill Downs. And if it's Mystic Dan, then Kenny McPeak and Brian Hernandez Jr., trainer and jockey, have done the first Oaks double since Ben Jones in 1952.
So you saw Brian Hernandez looking up at the replay of the slow-mo finish. He thinks he got it.
Congratulations, Tom.
All clear.
Jose Ortiz came over to greet him.
We just watched it on the replay.
They saw the same thing we did, but the numbers have not yet gone up on the board.
Calvin Burrell, the jockey, did the double in the Oaks and the Derby in 2009. That famous late run at the end on the rail. But Brian Hernandez Jr. may in fact have a first Derby win for both he and Kenny McPeak. Here's Mystic Dan making the move on the rail to take the lead and then hold them off.
Yeah, Sierra Leone had to check going into the far turn just a little bit, and it was forced wide, while 3 Mystic Dan is sneaking through on the rail. A huge difference right there and ground loss for Sierra Leone, but yet he still comes with that huge run and wears his competition down late. But Mystic Dan has too much. This is exactly the way he won the Southwest in Arkansas, right up the
The
rail.
same kind of rail run coming down the stretch, right? Sierra Leone was doing his thing again and lugging in and bumping a little bit with Forever Young, who he finished alongside. That didn't help him any, but wow.
Kenny with Kenny McPeak.
The draw helped us a
Hey,
lot.
with me is Kenny McPeak. Kenny, congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, they haven't posted it yet. You don't assume anything in this business. But Brian just did an amazing job. I mean, just a brilliant jockey and ride. I mean, you know, the draw helped us from the beginning. We talked about that when I was shocked Dornack broke bad. But Brian is amazing. You know, probably one of the most underrated riders in racing, but not anymore, right?
You told me earlier this week that you thought your horse was a little overlooked, but that's okay. That was the best shot you've had of the other horses you've ever brought here.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we didn't have the greatest trip in Arkansas. Yes!
In case you didn't know, Kenny McPeak has just won the Kentucky Derby.
All right.
It's official.
Ooh, that's tight. Look at that. All right, let's go outside.
Hey,
Let's go outside.
quickly, you realize you made history. I know you know history. The first trainer since '52 and only the fourth to ever win the Oaks and Derby in the same year.
You know, look, I'm really proud of that. What are you going to do? You just take one horse